Welcome to Certified's spring launch. If you were with us back in February for our winter launch, welcome back. A lot has happened since then. And if this is your first time joining us, you picked a great one to start with. For those who don't know us, Certified is focused on one thing, making sure that when money moves in a real estate transaction, it moves safely. Most of you know Certified as the leader in fraud prevention, the company that protects transactions and keeps your clients' money safe. Today, I want to show you that we are still that leader, but we are also becoming your best technology partner, making every closing more streamlined and every client experience more powerful than ever before. And what we are about to show you is the biggest set of product releases in our company's history. Before we get to that, a quick note on format. This webinar is interactive. You'll see polls and questions throughout, and we want to hear from you, so please feel free to engage. Now, we're going to do something a little different today. Instead of jumping straight into product, I want to start with some research we just published, our 2026 State of Wire Fraud report. That data in that report is a big part of why we built what we built this quarter. And I think once you see it, the product releases are going to make a lot more sense. From there, we're going to show you something we have been working on for a very long time, a completely new client experience. Then we will get into what powers it, improved guidance for what to do when something goes wrong, a real-time risk engine, and good funds compliant cash to close. A few weeks ago, we published our 2026 State of Wire Fraud report. We surveyed over 1,200 recent home buyers and sellers, talked to title and escrow professionals across the country, and pulled a year's worth of data from our own platform and from federal law enforcement. There is a lot in there, but I want to walk you through a few things that really stood out. The FBI recently reported $20.8 billion in total cybercrime losses in 2025. That is up 26% from the previous year. They also received over 1 million complaints from victims for the first time in its history as an organization. And business email compromise, which is the most common attack type that hits our industry, accounted for nearly $3 billion of that. Our own data backs this up, and what they told us was pretty clear. 73% say fraud attempts are becoming more sophisticated. 60% say they are increasing in frequency. And nearly 6 in 10 are encountering suspicious activity on a quarterly basis or more. The attacks people are seeing today look nothing like what they looked like a few years ago. They are contextually relevant, perfectly timed, and increasingly hard to tell apart from legitimate communications. For an industry that runs on trust and email and tight deadlines, that is a real problem. But honestly, the fraud numbers were not the part of that research that surprised us most. It was the consumer data. 82% of consumers now know that AI can be used to impersonate trusted parties during a real estate transaction. That is a mainstream feeling, and it is absolutely changing behavior. 61% of recent buyers said they felt their funds could be at risk during their transaction. 46%, nearly half, actually delayed sending their wire because they were worried about security. They second-guessed legitimate instructions. They called to verify and got voicemail. They were up at night wondering if they just sent their life savings to the wrong place. That anxiety is real and warranted. So think about what that means on the business side. 56% of consumers said they would not work with a company again after a fraud incident, even if every dollar was recovered. In a referral-driven industry, one bad incident can cost you years of business. And here's the part that really got our attention. When we looked at consumers who did receive something suspicious, a third of them either ignored it or did nothing. Not because they did not care, but because they had no idea what to do. There was no protocol, no tool, and no single place to go to check whether what they received was real. Being aware of the problem is not the same as being protected from it. That insight is really at the center of everything we have been building. Your buyers and sellers are aware, they are anxious, and they are looking to you, the professionals they trust, to show them they are protected. In fact, 85% of consumers told us they would pay more to work with a business that prioritizes fraud prevention. That is fear looking for an answer. So the question becomes, can your current process actually give them that confidence? Can you point to one place, one experience that shows them where they are in their closing, what is next, and that everything is secure? That is what we set out to build, and that is what you are about to see. Now I want to shift gears and tell you a story. It is one you have probably heard before, maybe from a customer, maybe from a colleague, maybe it happened in your own company. A couple in Florida is 3 days from closing on their first home. They have done everything right. Inspections, appraisal, insurance, all of it. Then an email comes in. It looks like it's from their title company. It has the right logo, the right file number, the right property address. It says, updated wire instructions. Please act immediately. And there is a PDF attached. It looks official and even has a deadline. Here's the thing, the email did not come from the title company. It came from someone who had been monitoring the real estate agent's email account for weeks, watching the deal unfold and learning the names, the timeline, the dollar amounts. They waited for the exact right moment when urgency was highest and skepticism was lowest, and they struck. This couple wired their entire $87,000 down payment, everything they had saved, to a fraudster's account. And it wasn't until they showed up for their closing that they found out they had wired the money to the wrong place. We don't want you or your clients to ever experience a moment like this. In fact, we started Certified because of stories exactly like this. Because wire fraud in real estate is not some abstract cyber threat. It is a family losing their life savings 3 days before they were supposed to get the keys to their new home. But here is what most people do not talk about. The reason why fraud works so well in real estate is because the closing experience itself is broken. Think about what a buyer goes through today. They get an email from their title company to verify their identity, a different email to review wire instructions, another one to sign documents, another to submit earnest money. Every single one is a separate link, a separate experience, a separate moment of confusion. None of them look the same. None of them feel connected. There is no single place that says, here is your closing, here is what you have done, and here is what is next. And that fragmentation is exactly what fraudsters exploit. When every legitimate communication looks different, how is a first-time homebuyer supposed to know which email is real and which one is a spoofed PDF with a deadline designed to make them panic? Luis, you and the team have been living this problem for a long time. We could have built a portal years ago, but we didn't. Why?
We were deliberate about this. We watched the industry rush to build portals, and we heard from customers and clients that this just creates another login, another app, another thing to manage in the middle of the most stressful transaction of someone's life. We knew that if we were going to do this, we had to do it differently. We had to wait till we had the right pieces in place: the trust infrastructure, the identity verification, the payment rails, the signing capabilities, so that when we brought this all together, it wasn't just another dashboard. It was fundamentally a different experience. Last February, we brought the whole team to Austin for a week. Product, design, engineering, leadership, everyone in one room. We called it Vision Week. And the question we asked wasn't, should we build a portal? It was, what would it take to make the closing experience feel like it belongs to our customers, while still providing the best fraud protection to every single participant? That week changed everything. And that is what led us to what we're going to show you next. Let me be direct about something. A portal's not a new idea. The industry has been building them for years. But here's what we believe. People don't need another portal. They need an experience that is simple and secure. So we didn't just build a portal. We built an experience that lives inside the tools people already use every day. Their phone messaging app and their email. And only ask them to open up a browser when there's something specific to do. The portal's not the product. The experience is the product. Let me show you what it looks like. Let us follow a first-time buyer, Katie, through her closing. Katie's title company just opened her file. Within minutes, she gets a message on her phone. Not a random text from a number she doesn't recognize, a verified business message and a rich card that says, "Welcome to your closing. Here's your first step." This shows up right in her native messaging app. No app to download, no account to create. She taps it, verifies her identity with a secure code, and she's in. Think about what just happened. Katie got the message on her phone, plus a backup link in her email, so it never gets missed. She didn't have to create a username or password. She didn't wonder if it was real, because verified business messaging means her phone itself confirms this is actually her title company. Fraudsters can't spoof that. Now, Katie sees a beautifully branded digital experience, and it feels secure and trustworthy, because it is. She sees her property address and a clear list of what needs her attention. Katie's dashboard tells a simple story. Here's what's done, here's what's in progress, here's what needs her attention. She taps the first task. Maybe it's verifying her ID, signing a doc, or paying her earnest money deposit. She completes it in a guided flow and comes back to a dashboard, all while progress updates in real time. Every interaction is designed around one question. What do I need to do next? Katie didn't get 5 separate emails from separate tools. She gets one experience where every task flows naturally from the last one. And here's what's happening behind the scenes that Katie never sees. Every time she interacts with the portal, Certified is quietly analyzing her device, her behavior, and her identity. If she has been verified before, she breezes right through. If something looks off, like a new device, a different location, unusual behavior, the system intelligently steps up verification. It's security that adapts to risk, not security that creates unnecessary friction. And here's where the story comes full circle. 2 days before closing, Katie gets an email. It looks urgent. It says wire instructions have changed. There's a PDF attached. But Katie doesn't panic. She opens up her client experience, the same one she's been using all week, and checks her timeline. No update, no change. It tells her clearly, your wire instructions have not changed. If you receive communication outside the portal, contact your title company directly. She forwards the suspicious email to the portal's fraud reporting link, and Certified's trusted team is on it. That is the difference. When a buyer has a single trusted place they've been going throughout the entire closing, a place that is familiar and delivered through verified messaging, they have an anchor. They know what is real. And fraudsters lose their most powerful weapon, confusion. And it's not just for buyers and sellers. Real estate agents who are juggling 3, 5, 10 deals at once get the same unified experience, but with a deal selector. Switch between deals and everything reloads. The title company's branding, the right tasks, the right context. They always know where every deal stands.
So Luis, let's talk about the other side. What changes for the title company?
This is where it gets exciting for the people in this room. Think about what your day looks like today. You send a request, you wait, you follow up, you chase. You send another request, you wait again. Your staff spends huge chunks of time just making sure participants do what they need to do. With the new client experience, that dynamic flips. Your participants complete their tasks on their own, guided by the platform, nudged by verified business messaging, and you see the progress in real time. You're not chasing, you're closing. And here's the part that matters the most for your brand. This is your closing experience. When a buyer tells their friends about their closing experience, they talk about you, not about some third-party tool they had to use.
And the referral angle, let's talk about that.
Real estate agents are the lifeblood of title companies. They're They refer business based on who makes their life easier and who makes their client's life easier. When an agency or buyer get a seamless, guided closing experience, and when the agent's own multi-deal dashboard makes that job simpler, the agent remembers who made that possible. That is your title company. That's your competitive advantage. And setup is simple. Just complete a one-time registration for verified business messaging, and the portal is live. You can send multiple tasks to a participant in a single invite. You can see exactly where every person is on every deal.
One question we know a lot of our customers have is about companies with multiple brands. How does this system solve for that?
Great question. We designed the client experience to support multi-brand from the beginning. If your company operates under different names in different markets, each brand gets its own identity inside the portal. Your client in one market sees your brand for that market.
And finally, how does this fit into the tools our customers are already using every single day?
We are building our new client experience, like all our solutions, to work alongside the systems your team is already on, not to replace them. We've created a dedicated team to rebuild our integrations across SoftPro, Resware, Settler, just to name a few. This is the first step in a broader integration strategy to automate every task and improve efficiency for your teams. We will have more to share in the coming months, but wanted you to be the first to know.
So let me bring it back up to where we started. We showed you the data. 82% of consumers know that AI can impersonate the people they trust. Nearly half are so worried they delay sending their wire. And a third of people who receive something suspicious do not know what to do about it. The client experience is our answer to that. One branded experience, one place your clients go from the first message to the final payment. If it is not in the platform, it isn't trusted. That is the level of clarity and confidence we are giving your clients and your team. Now, everything you have seen today relies on also having the right people behind it, helping you get the most out of it. And that is something we do better than anyone in this space.
I'm Shannon Drury, Senior Manager of Customer Success. At Certified, we talk a lot about technology, but we never want to lose sight of the fact that behind every product you see today, there are real people. Customer success managers who know your business, fraud recovery specialists who have helped families get their money back, and a trust and safety team that proactively monitors transactions to keep your funds protected. The technology guides the experience, but our people support you every step of the way. And as we roll out everything you've seen today, our team will be right there with you, helping you onboard, configuring your experience, and making the most of every feature.
So that is our new client experience and what Shannon and our team are doing to support it. But an experience like that is only as strong as what is running underneath it. Let me show you 2 upgrades we made to the platform that make all of it possible. First, what happens behind the scenes during every client interaction and why the displayed outcomes are about to get a lot clearer.
My name is Arpita Gadag, and I am the Director of Fraud Products at Certified as a part of the Trust and Safety team. For those unfamiliar with our Trust and Safety team, we help ensure that every person and every bit of information shared on Certified is safe. We're the team that sets the rules for what makes someone verified or not, and what makes a transaction safe enough to insure or not. And when the technology can't decide, our team of experts steps in to analyze each transaction and to support our customers. This insight and constant collaboration has helped us make some valuable changes this year to the way we verify transactions. Our customers have told us over the last few months that when something goes wrong with the request, generic status labels do not give them enough information to act on. Failed could mean a dozen different things. High risk did not tell you whether it was fixable or serious. And there was no guidance on what to do next. We know this has been a frustration, but fixing this wasn't as easy as just changing a label. We needed to do the hard work of enhancing our underlying technology to keep you and your clients safe and deliver improved next steps without giving away details that a fraudster could exploit. So, we went back to every single status across our core products, send, collect, confirm, and match, and asked ourselves, what does the person reading this actually need to know? The answer was 3 things: what happened, why it matters, and what to do next. Starting with this release, 2 statuses have been renamed and 1 is brand new. High risk is now blocked. This is a deliberate security stop. When you see blocked, Certified detected something that warranted stopping the request entirely. And now you will see the specific reason right in the portal, whether it was too many multi-factor authentication attempts, an ID verification that did not pass, or other signals that indicated elevated risk. You'll know not to proceed, and you'll get clear instructions on what to do next. If a request is blocked, you'll know to not disclose the specific reason to the recipient and to follow your organization's escalation process for high-risk scenarios. If it's unable to process, the recipient may be able to retry once the issue is resolved. Also changing is the failed status, which is now one of 2 new statuses, either blocked, which stops the transaction as mentioned, or unable to process, which means the request could not be completed, but the recipient may be able to try again. Our platform will now show you the specific reason here too, whether it's multiple devices detected, a suspicious network, or even a failed live selfie scan. We have also introduced a new status, pending. This means Certified's trust and safety team is actively reviewing the interaction. Our team of fraud analysts monitor flagged activity around the clock, and it is one of the biggest differentiators we have. We are not just running risk checks behind the scenes, but also providing an enhanced layer of scrutiny by manually investigating any elevated risk in real time. When a status is pending, no action is needed from you or the recipient while we work. This is a temporary status until it either becomes certified or blocked. The status will update automatically, usually within minutes. Every non-green status now includes 3 things: a plain language name that describes what happened, a why it matters explanation, and a what to do next action. No more guessing and no more calling support to understand a status. But we are not just improving what you see after a request ends. We have fundamentally changed what happens behind the scenes while a request is active. Certified has always evaluated risk on every interaction. That is core to how we work. But until now, every interaction was treated independently. Every time a title company sent a new request, the recipient started from scratch. New verification, new authentication, and no memory of who they were. What has changed is that we are now leveraging that data across interactions. When a recipient comes back for a second or third time, our system recognizes them. It knows their device, their behavior patterns, their verification history. And it uses all of that to make the experience faster for trusted users and tighter for anything that looks off. If the recipient is on a recognized device and has been verified before, the experience is fast and seamless. If something looks off, like an unrecognized device, a risky network, or other unusual suspicious behavior, the system automatically steps up to a higher level of verification. No manual intervention is required from your team. And this builds over time. A recipient who has been successfully verified before carries that trust forward. Our proprietary risk engine is always working in the background, analyzing patterns, profiling risk, and making every interaction smarter. The result is security that adapts to the threat, not security that treats everyone the same.
What Arpitha just walked you through is the intelligence layer beneath everything Certified does, available to all of our customers as a core part of our platform. That means clearer outcomes on every client interaction and a risk engine that adapts in real time, every time. Now let me talk about the moment in the transaction where all of that matters most, cash to close.
My name is Cheryl Kraus, and I am a senior product manager at Certified. In case you didn't know, in addition to software that keeps you safe, Certified has the nation's leading funds recovery team. Our fraud recovery services team works with victims of wire fraud every single day. And one of the things we have learned is that the biggest risk in the payment step is not always a bad actor. It is the process itself. We recently talked to dozens of homebuyers about their experience paying cash to close, and what we learned surprised us. Every single one of them knew about wire fraud. They had been warned, they had been educated, or they educated themselves. As Tyler mentioned, our recent consumer data supports this increasing awareness. But when we asked what they were actually afraid of, it wasn't spoofed wire instructions, it was themselves. They were terrified of typing in the wrong account number or fat fingering a digit. One buyer told us, "I quadruple checked every number before I hit send." Fraud was a fear on top of making a mistake that made the experience even more anxiety-inducing. And by the time they reached the payment step, they were exhausted, mentally and emotionally. They had been through inspections, appraisals, document reviews, and dozens of emails. The last thing they wanted was one more high-stakes task with no room for error. Most of these buyers assume their bank would protect them if something went wrong. But if you've been following cases like this closely at home, you know that's often not happening. Buyers are often left high and dry and holding the bag. So we asked ourselves, what if buyers never had to handle wire instructions at all? Cash to close is our answer. As Luis showed you, the buyer can now receive the new task right inside the client experience. They link their account, they review the amount, and they send their cash to close. Funds go where they're supposed to, and the buyer sees a confirmation that tells them exactly when they will arrive. There are no routing numbers to copy, no instructions to misread, and the entire experience is guided, secure, and handled within the client experience. Paying for a home is finally as easy as every other digital payment we make in our lives. For title teams, the workflow is just as simple. You send the request, the buyer pays, and the funds are delivered to escrow as good funds. Certified's digital payment tool has been reviewed and approved by the top 4 title insurance underwriters. Each has confirmed that wire or RTP transfers received from Certified's digital wallet satisfy good funds requirements. And we go one step further too. We guarantee every transfer with our $5 million of insurance, so you and your buyers never have to worry about a closing payment that isn't safe and fully insured. And you have full visibility into payment status the entire way through. We've had great feedback from our customers already using digital payments through Certified, particularly on how easy it is to track. Unlike a wire, digital cash to close payments on Certified can tell you the status and the location of the funds at every step of the way. You'll be notified as soon as the buyer has initiated the transfer and as soon as the funds have arrived within your account. That means buyers feel more confident and teams spend less time managing anxiety around money movement. Cash to close takes everything we've learned from protecting earnest money deposits and extends it into the buyer's closing payment. For your buyers, that means one consistent digital experience from their initial deposit all the way through closing, and no shifting to wire instructions at the finish line. And because it lives inside Certified, every payment is protected by the same trust and verification infrastructure your team already relies on.
What you've seen so far is the experience your clients will begin to see. But I want to zoom out for a second, because this is also part of something bigger. Today, we're focused on showing you the new and improved experience for your clients. But soon, we will be releasing a completely new experience for you and your teams. Something that is fully automated and eliminates so much time and effort for your team. That means participants, payments, documents, communications, all connected in one place. And we are piloting that with select partners later this year. These upgrades for your clients and your teams are all designed to make the experience seamlessly secure. And that's not all we're focused on. We're building expanded payment capabilities, and by Q3, you'll be able to pay real estate agent commissions, disperse funds for seller net proceeds, or any other disbursement payment necessary to complete a closing. This is the kickoff to a broader set of features rolling out over the next few quarters, all driven by our unwavering investment in securing every stage of the real estate transaction. Now, I know we've covered a lot today. New statuses, a smarter risk engine, a new way to handle cash to close, and an entirely new experience for your clients. Before we talk about next steps and wrap this up, we want to make sure we answer the questions we know are already on your mind.
We have been talking to customers and prospects about these new updates for the past several weeks, and there have been a few questions that keep coming up. So let's run through them. Is the new client experience replacing anything I use today? No. Everything your team uses right now, send, collect, confirm, match, e-signing, all of it still works the same. What is changing is that those tasks now get delivered inside the client experience instead of a separate standalone request. And cash to close is a new payment option, in addition to sending wiring instructions. It does not force anyone away from wires if that's what the situation requires. Do my buyers need to create an account or download an app? No, there is no account to create and no app to download. Buyers log in with a one-time passcode or a magic link. The experience lives in their native messaging app and their browser. That's it. What happens if my buyer gets a suspicious email claiming their wiring instructions have changed? This is exactly what the client experience is built for. Your buyers are guided through their closing to trust only their platform. If they receive something outside of it, the platform itself tells them that their wire instructions have not changed and to contact you, their title company, directly. And then they can report that suspicious message right from inside the client experience, which routes it straight to our trust and safety team. What is the limit for cash to close payments? Today, the limit is $500,000 per transfer, and we expect to raise that over time. Another great thing we built into the experience are clear guardrails for deadlines. If the closing timeline is too tight for a digital payment, we'll automatically decline the digital payment and instruct your buyer to send a wire transfer from their bank instead. That means no dead ends for the buyer and no surprises for you at the closing table. And finally, how can I get my hands on cash to close and the new client experience? If you are already a certified customer who has completed your KYB and KYC documentation, you are almost ready. There are no additional forms to fill out or contracts to sign, and this new experience will be live in your certified platform on June 3rd. And don't forget to join our customer office hour session, where our product and support teams will go deeper and take your questions live. If you are not yet a customer, now's the time to book a demo. We'd love to show you the full client experience firsthand.
You've trusted us with your security for years. Today, I'm asking you to trust us with the full transaction and the full communication with your clients. We know we weren't the first to deliver a client portal, but we're going to be the best. We are building technology faster than ever before. We are listening to you and your clients. And I hope you can see and feel how excited the entire certified team is to keep pushing boundaries in delivering the future of real estate technology. Your transaction is too important. Your clients' closings are too important. And with clearer outcomes, smarter security, a new way to handle cash to close, and a single experience that gives your clients real confidence from the first message to closing day. We cannot wait to help you deliver the best experience any home buyer or seller has ever had. This is the biggest release in Certified's history so far, and it is really just the start of what is coming this year. We've got more coming in another 90 days, so stay tuned. Thank you for being here. We are thrilled about what is next, and we are glad you are part of it.